This is Bad Karma Wrestling.
Give me a hell yeah!
With no gimmick Nick Johnston.
It doesn't matter how you feel!
And David Double D Dykstra.
And welcome in, everybody, to Bad Karma Wrestling. Nick Johnston over here, ready to talk some wrestling with you. But to my right, Double D, David D Dykstra. How are we doing today?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Oh,
It's Friday.
fantastic.
Fridays are always a good day.
Yeah, back to being cold here in the Chicagoland area. I know. I wish the weather would decide for itself, but
It's only going to get colder tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, so
I guess
be
so.
prepared.
I guess so.
Be prepared.
But we're here to talk wrestling. We got
Wrestling!
got a little bit light one today, so
Yeah,
maybe we'll
not
get
not a whole bunch going on.
Yeah, kind of like a jobber match. We'll get in and out. Hopefully, kind of nice and squeaky clean. We'll get over at the right spots and do like exactly that. No reason to break a sweat today. So we got some local indie talk. I got a little indie show that I'm going to today. We can break some stuff down there.
How much did that indie show cost you?
We did front row, $30.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Front row's $30. It's actually gone up a little bit because we'll get to it because the amount of talent that's actually starting to go now, and they've been pretty consistent bringing back some older talent. But there's that. We got some little WWE talk and AEW talk as we usually do. Mm-hmm. So let's party on down. Like you said, we got CSW is the indie show that I'm going to. Chicago style wrestling. So, like I said, I figured we'd get that going. The reason it is $30, we got Gringo Loco there, Warhorse, and Sky Blue all featured tonight.
That's a nice. Now, is this the Kylie Ray and her husband? Is this their promotion?
No, this is not.
No.
No.
Okay.
She's actually been a part of the show. They were at during the pandemic at a pizza place out in the parking lot. We actually saw that match between Smiley Kylie Ray, and Sky Blue. That was one of Kylie Ray's last matches for a while, actually.
Yeah. She just had a kid. She showed up somewhere with the husband as her first match postpartum.
There you go. That's awesome. Well, tonight, like I said, heading on over to CSW, Chicago Style Wrestling, for Hearts on Fire. They do have a monthly pay-per-view, a monthly show over at the Franklin Park Little American Legion Hall. It's always a fun place to go. What's your best part? What's your favorite thing about indie shows? Can we try to just sit here and rank indie shows? I mean, what's the best part?
Just for me, it's kind of like college football for me.
Okay.
You're seeing guys and girls bust their asses to get to the bigger promotions, the AEWs, the TNAs, the WWEs, let's be honest. Yeah. That being said, though, you also get to see some of the guys that have gone away from the major promotions that you kind of go, ooh, I remember that guy, kind of thing.
That's kind of how it was. They've brought on talent like Scotty 2 Hotty. Rhino has been there before. Current stars like Luchasaurus right before the pandemic hit. They were even a part of CSW. And, it's like I said, Sky Blue, this has kind of been her little indie show promotion from home that she's been popping in and out, still doing her AEW commitments, but still being a part of this. So I think that's pretty cool.
It'll be interesting to see if Sky Blue keeps the gimmick that she's going with now or if she's coming back as Sky Blue.
I think she kind of is like the heel. She's kind of keeping it all the same thing there. So that's been pretty cool. Overall the indie show, the reason I kind of like going to this one is because it does keep you pretty engaged overall. That's always my part. I feel like the fan aspect, it's just as big a part of it as the whole wrestling show itself. Like the wrestlers involved, you need to have the fan interaction. You need that one guy, and more or less kind of is myself, that is like the chanting guy. Never disrespectful, but you're always yelling at the heels, cheering on everybody else, getting all the other fans involved. I feel like that's one of the best part of the indie shows because it's so small and intimate. You can be a big part of the show, even if you're not exactly part of it. Exactly.
You and I are going to have to take some trips because we got Rocket Pro Wrestling down in Joliet, and then I want to take you to a Dreamwave because Dreamwave typically has – Dreamwave is where Mustafa Ali made his bones.
Okay.
So I would love to see what because they typically bring in 4 to 5 big names every show that they do. So
okay,
that's always fun.
Well, yeah, just really quick here, hitting Hearts on Fire tonight. We got Warhorse against Axel Rico Axel Rico. If you, I mean, for those at home who wants to, you might have seen his face before. Doing a little AEW shows promotion, just doing some jobber spots.
Yeah.
But again, he very well versed in the ring. I think that's gonna be a solid thing. And I don't know what your take is on Warhorse in general. He's kind of establishing himself at this CSW establishment.
Well, like we had talked before the show, the last thing that I had heard about Warhorse that he was seriously considering signing with WWE and starting at NXT.
Yeah.
Which obviously did not happen. But if he's making his bones on the indie, which this is the great thing about
I can only
the
attest that's
indie-
kind of why I'm paying $30.
the indie scene was made big by all these guys that were on the indie scenes that are now in major promotions, like the Young Bucks, like Gargano, like Ciampa.
Yeah.
Those are all guys that made their bones in MJF, all in these indie promotions, and then got called up to a major promotion.
Yeah, and this isn't your, what Jim Cornette would call an outlaw mud show. There's not, broken glass and fire going on.
He
This
just needs
isn't.
to stop.
I know he needs to relax. This isn't, exactly that. There's no fire. There's been a couple of, hardcore matches, but none on the card today. Again, maybe a little lighter. Hearts on fire, but hopefully no one gets scorched up on fire. Gringo Loco in a triple threat match. I think that ought to be fun. Him against Shane Hollister and Quintero. If you haven't been at these shows, these are both kind of two high flyers between Gringo Loco and Quintero. And then Shane Hollister's been part of their bigger heel faction, so he's going to get the boos. And I can only hope that Gringo Loco, he's going to do his spots. There's a giant disco ball up on the ceiling. I hope he does not hit that.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's the other thing that's always interesting when you go to the indie shows is how do these guys that have the talent to be on some of the major promotions
Work around the Christmas decorations.
work around the inconvenience of maybe having a low ceiling
Yeah.
or a disco ball hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah, yeah. And then finally, like I said, let me quickly find Sky Blue's Fatal 4-Way. Oh, it's a tag team match, actually. My apologies. Heather Reckless and Sky Blue. Heather Reckless is one of the staples there at CSW. I think might even be the current women's champion, taking on Missy Kate and Maggie Lee. So, yeah, Missy Kate from NWA.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always bringing in some solid talent. NWA does some pretty good hand-in-hand shakes with CSW as well.
That's always good.
Yeah.
NWA's got some solid talent on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, always looking forward to that. I always say support your local indies as much as you can, whether that's exactly that, going out to the shows, buying the merch, and do whatever. Yeah, doing exactly that. It's always fun and dandy. Got some more topics on the agenda as we're rocking and rolling here. Be looking to seeing what Dave Meltzer's been talking about, posting about as usual.
I try not to listen
I
to
know.
Meltzer as much as possible, like the last 5 years. And like it's bad when actual professional wrestlers are coming out and going, listen, it's not what we said. That's not what's going on. He's completely wrong.
Yeah. And, well, it just goes to show you, he was trying to predict WrestleMania main events, and he's getting them wrong left and right here and there. He was going to go ahead and predict, like, oh, no, it's going to be Roman. It's not going to be Rock and Roman. No, it's actually Cody Rhodes and Roman. It's going to be a tag match. It's not going to be a tag match. It's going to be
Listen, I never want to defend the dude,
Yeah, okay.
but to be fair, it was supposed to be Rock and Roman.
Yeah, yeah.
But the absolute outlash by everybody on the internet and Twitter, everything, like they had, it was Daniel
I'm
Bryan
still not,
all over
I'm still
again.
not 100% convinced that it's going to be just that.
I swear to
They're going to taint it. They're going
Here's
to.
my problem. And like I said, I think we kind of dipped our toe into it. If it's going to be a triple threat match, no.
Yeah, it's been so overplayed.
No. So here's what you do. Here's what I think they should do. They're showing up on SmackDown tonight. The Rock goes, if you want to get to the head of the table, you got to get through me. Night one, Cody has to wrestle The Rock. The winner of that match takes on Roman Reigns.
Okay. Yeah, I'm slowly getting behind that. I think I can slowly get behind that.
on
The
night
Rock
two.
needs to be involved. He needs to be involved in some way, but
I
it should
swear
not
to God,
be a
if
triple
they make
threat.
him a special guest referee, I'm done.
Him or Solo.
I'm done. Jesus.
I think that'll be the case there.
Well, and there's even talk going around that, like, ooh, maybe Seth's going to turn heel.
Why? It's just the Seth news. He, like I said, he's calling it's so backseat for me with Seth Rollins right now. He hasn't done himself any favors.
His promo, it was fantastic.
Oh yeah, it was nice. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, he's got some solid mic skills. So we'll never take that away from him. But it's just like I said, in this whole predicament, what is Seth Rollins doing is like the very last question I'm asking.
So the big rumor, I should say, that's going around right now, and we'll just touch on this a little bit because we got a lot of WWE stuff to get to.
Yeah.
Is that Seth might be dropping it at Elimination Chamber.
Okay. Yeah.
To Damian.
Oh, just straight up, just in a.
No, I think Damian
cash in.
There's rumors that the tag match will happen at Elimination Chamber. I guess Seth's better than they expected him to be at this point, so he can do that and then have another, 2 months in between let's say a legitimate month and a half in between that and wrestling again, to let whatever needs to rehab.
Yeah. No,
After
he's all broken up.
They're trying to bring big money. I do know they're trying to bring big money to Perth.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it seems like I said, Seth Rollins is kind of just being stick together by gum and like thumbtacks at this point.
Which would lead me to believe, and this to me would be very shocking, but it would lead me to believe that Damian Priest and Finn Balor are going to drop the titles in Perth.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that'll happen. Yeah.
But Pete Dunne and Tyler Bates, that's a little surprising.
Isn't Pete Dunne from?
No,
he's from Britain.
England.
He's from England. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's my apologies. Just to close out this segment, I'll kind of just pivot back to the whole Meltzer being out of pocket. I have to get your take on just the idea that Kurt Angle didn't have the right opponent for a 5-star match. I'll get quickly. He's had matches with just a couple names here: HBK, The Undertaker, Bobby Lashley, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels, Chris Benoit, Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton, Eddie Guerrero, Chris Jericho, Brock Lesnar, The Rock, and Stone Cold Steve Austin, just to name a few. How has he not had a 5-star match?
The one that sticks out in my brain is HBK.
Yeah.
That one, top to bottom, was phenomenal. You could even put up there, until the last move, that Lesnar match for the title at Mania was pretty solid.
Yeah. Him essentially breaking his neck right there.
How he didn't, to this day, I still don't know.
Oh yeah, no, that makes no sense at all. It's just because I would probably think similar to Big E, just a big beefy man. I'm sorry about that, but I think it's probably exactly that. I'm trying to pull up the WrestleMania ranking. 4.75 stars for Kurt Angle Michaels at WrestleMania 21. What couldn't get that quarter star to give it 5? I don't know. I mean, that was a phenomenal matchup.
Meltzer being Meltzer.
Yeah, just can't. Yeah, if it was at the Tokyo Dome, it would have been 5. It would have been 6 stars, 7 stars. But no, it is exactly that. But I know. We had some New Japan business going on here, but I just want to not I have to hit the whole card, but there was one matchup in particular. Besides, not going to talk about the whole Iron Man match or the whole 60-man dog pound cage match. Will Ospreay's last match in New Japan. I just want to ask you real quickly, Zack Sabre Jr. got the dub over Bryan Danielson in a 30-minute battle. Again, probably another phenomenal matchup. I wish I had the chance to. I'll probably be able to play back these eventually, but Zack Sabre Jr. getting the dub. They're 1-1 now in the series.
NewJapanWorld.com.
Okay.
It's only $10 a month.
There you go. Good plug. So Zack Sabre Jr., Bryan Danielson. Danielson got the dub at Forbidden Door. Zack Sabre Jr. now got it at the New Beginning in Osaka.
So they're probably going to set something up, Forbidden Door again.
Okay.
I would assume third match, winner take all kind of thing. That's the only thing that could.
No, yeah, that makes the most sense. Yeah, exactly. Set up for a 3. Everyone comes in 3. It all comes in 3s now.
The feuds nowadays are in 3s.
Yeah.
So.
So that makes the most sense. So I again play it back. We'll do our best to chime in on all the other big New Japan stuff, but still to come. We talk about some WWE news, WWE notes, and all that fun jazz. Like I said, we got The Rock coming in tonight on SmackDown. So what is he going to be doing? What's going to be the big news tonight from The Rock? So stick around. More Bad Karma Wrestling when we return.
Man, are you still working out? It's like 1,000 degrees.
Intense heat is nothing. To get an intense workout, you gotta be intense.
Our friend here's getting an intense workout with the intense cool of his Hydrotech Cool Breeze shoes.
Which brings your feet a cooling sensation that is the best on the market today. Can only be explained with one word. Intense! Whether you're working out hard or just taking a stroll, these shoes have got your back. Or I should say, your feet. Aren't these shoes intense?
Maybe a little too intense, but there's no doubt they're cool.
Hey, watch your mouth. Why? I'll just put a quarter in the swear jar. Once it's filled, we get a Coors party after work. I've been drinking Coors since my college days. The cold draft taste is second to none. Yeah, worth the recorder, am I right? You know it, mother. Hey, you get those reports done? Yeah. No. You, sir. Attention, employees.
The staff meeting, scheduled for this evening, will now be held tomorrow early as
That is all. Dudes, we're only 75 cents short. Oh, shh. The boss. Hey, sir, go yourself. You're fired!
The Chicagoland area has a large number of lonely dogs currently filling shelter pens, just waiting to find a family. Nothing adds warmth to a home like a wagging tail and a warm pair of brown eyes. If you are considering adding a dog to your household, visit the Anderson Animal Shelter, where adoption counselors can assist you in selecting your new best friend. Make your house a home. Adopt a shelter dog. To see a current list of adoptees, visit their website at www.andersonanimalshelter.org or meet them in person at 1000 South LaFox Street in South Elgin. Don't have room in the home for a new furry family member? Donations of toys, collars, and soft or hard non-perishable dog food are always accepted and are greatly appreciated. All animals are spayed or neutered and are waiting with tails wagging to find a loving home. Visit 1000 South LaFox Street in South Elgin or www.andersonanimalshelter.org for more details.
This is Bad Karma Wrestling
Give me a hell yeah.
with No Gimmick Nick Johnston
It doesn't matter how you feel.
and David Double D Dykstra.
And we're back. Oh yeah, ready to rock and roll. Talk some WWE in this little segment on here. Kind of teasing it over in the back. Do you want to carry on with the little Rollins talk?
Yeah, we can talk about Rollins.
Yeah, go ahead. Take it away.
To me, this is just the whispers on the dirt sheets and everything like that is more than likely they're going to have that tag match at Perth, which if The Rock's down for it and making it build even more, I'm down too. I'd love to see that tag match. It does give the opportunity for Seth to not have to put forth full effort either.
Yeah.
But, you know, there is that looming thing going on of Senior Money in the Bank, Damian Priest. The other thing is, does Damian do to Seth what Seth did to Roman?
Yeah, expand.
And Brock Lesnar?
Okay.
Does he cash in at WrestleMania?
Oh, right after the matchup.
It looks like, and I'm not sure. I could be way off here because there's another angle that could be played. But it looks like they're angling for Rollins, McIntyre at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But there's another storyline being told underneath
Okay.
with McIntyre and Zayn. So is McIntyre and Zayn the WrestleMania match?
That's kind of what's been pushing as of late. I mean, we saw Sami Zayn come to the aid of CM Punk when McIntyre came out.
Well, let's be very honest as well. There have been whispers that, and I'm not going to like this if it happens, but there have been rumors going around that Sammy's about to do a heel turn.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know about that. It's yeah.
I like Sammy being that underdog and fighting and fighting and fighting, and it's a phenomenal match with Shinsuke on Monday night.
And when he turns heel, it'll more or less turn into similar to what it was already, where he's kind of
just let him and Kevin do what him and Kevin do.
Yeah,
they're either going to get booed or they're going to get cheered.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
That's a good. Yeah, that's a good.
They can be a lower level Roman Reigns.
It's a good assess for
John
Sami
Cena,
Zayn. Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. So far, just kind of looking at pulled up the Elimination Chamber card while we were talking. There's only two more chamber spots for the men left. We got McIntyre, Orton, Lashley, and LA Knight going. Yeah, like I said, 2 more spots open there.
Logan Paul will be one.
Okay.
And then the fifth, I'm not sure about.
You don't Yeah, I was about
Logan Paul's got the Miz.
Okay.
I think tonight.
Oh, for the title, or is it?
No, it's for the Elimination Chamber to qualify for the Elimination Chamber.
Okay, I think.
And it was hilarious. Like,
yeah, because Nick Aldis came out on Valentine's Day and he had a little announcement. We had Shotzi unfortunately getting injured, and then it was that announcement that Logan Paul and then the Miz were gonna have a matchup on SmackDown. And The Rock was coming out too.
I believe they announced it last Friday because Logan came on there and did his little. By the way, Logan played it really well.
Yeah.
Their little promo segment. The Miz. It just kept walking away. The Miz. It was great. It was really good. So I think he's catching on to how to work a promo a little bit better.
Yeah. Still previewing the card so far, of course. I mean, Chamber isn't until what it looks like February.
Weekend.
Yeah, February 24th. Already? Oh my goodness.
Next weekend.
Wow. Wowie. I would have said we can. I guess this is our preview for it then. Lynch, Belair, and Morgan all in there for the women's chamber. Still 3 more spots to fill in there. Rhea Ripley and Nia Jax for the women's title. Clearly, we're crowning a new title there.
Stop your shenanigans.
Damian Priest and Finn Balor are going to take on...
That's the interesting one.
British Strong Style, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate for the Undisputed Tag Champions.
That's the question mark.
Yeah.
That's the big question mark.
Would that maybe basically determine whether or not Priest is cashing in if they lose this title?
Yeah. If they drop the titles, well, and once again, we're going to get into contracts here in a little bit, but Finn's is up here, I think, right after Mania.
That's what the talk is, yeah.
Now... that would be a guy I would not be surprised if he left for AEW.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he's got the Bullet Club roots.
That style fits him as well.
It does, yeah.
Shoot, add him on to Undisputed Kingdom.
Yeah, that'd be pretty solid.
That has just fallen flat.
It has. I mean, I think it's more or less because MJF hasn't been back. I think they're kind of just sitting and simmering on that.
And Cole's hurt.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a lot of people in there. Also, Britt Baker hurt, but we'll get to the AEW part a little bit later. A prediction right here has Gunther and Jey Uso for the IC title.
Love that.
Okay.
And I'd love to see Gunther drop it.
Yeah, I think so too.
If Gunther drops title in Perth, Gunther somehow makes it into the Elimination Chamber, and I think that's
what we were saying last time with whoever's the next qualifier, they just get beaten the bejesus out of, and he just takes the chamber spot, and you're just like, okay, are you going to do anything about it? No, he's Gunther. All right, he's in the pod.
Yeah. it wouldn't be the first time it's happened. Edge has done it.
Didn't the Big Show do it, or I think I'm just
I don't
imagining.
think it was the Big Show.
Someone else.
A Meteor guy has.
Yeah, someone. It might have just been Lesnar.
But legitimately, you're sitting here going, okay, how is Seth going to lose this title? Because if Gunther goes in there and wins the Elimination Chamber, I don't know when Priest is going to. Do you have then Priest versus Gunther?
I don't think you have the right build for that.
No.
I mean, it's two heels that know. I mean, you got some smart fans really care for Gunther and for Priest, but it's not enough mainstream people.
It wouldn't take much for Priest to. Priest has got a pretty solid following.
Yeah. He'd also
doesn't-
just get reamed on the internet for his tops for the dominatrix look. That's getting pretty brutal. Yeah, I know. That's just the internet running wild like they usually do.
But for me, it wouldn't take much to turn. Wouldn't take much to turn that whole faction babyface. To be honest with you,
No, I don't
It'd
think so
take
either.
it'd take a run against another faction.
Yeah.
Another bad faction.
They would need to change the color scheme.
Bloodline.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
You go white and purple instead of black and purple.
Fair. Yeah, that's fair. Let's yeah. We already kind of mentioned it. We mentioned contracts, but we didn't mention it to the man's name. Drew McIntyre and WWE sounds like they're close on making a deal. Apparently, McIntyre was advertised for an Italy show that is after Mania. It's in May, so they're confident that they can make the deal and also just be part of it long time for the long term for the future.
So this was actually on the dirt sheets today. According to Fightful Select, Drew McIntyre's contract with the WWE is now extended past WrestleMania.
Okay.
WWE added time to the end of his current deal due to some injury and inactivity time. Sources close to Drew reiterate that a new WWE deal has not been signed.
Okay. Well,
But they're close.
Okay, yeah.
But
And
it hasn't been signed yet.
I was reading this from PW Insider, so was that the same source, or what did you? I don't know.
Where is it? Fightful Select.
Okay. Okay. Well, when they got combating ones.
PW's not wrong.
Yeah.
I think the negotiations are going well, but
There's nothing is set in stone.
Yeah.
I think that's been the case too.
there's maybe a few little things here.
Yeah,
and there.
I mean, as much as we love to see Drew Galloway and some other aspects, I think Drew McIntyre staying put in WWE isn't the worst thing by any means. So
If it was old Drew, I'd say go to AEW.
yeah,
This new Drew has really stepped up. His promos are on point. He's bigger, badder, and he's himself.
Yeah.
So it helps.
yeah, I think that's the best part about it. So nice there. Again, nothing's signed in ink just yet, but McIntyre possibly close to a new extension and a new deal with WWE. We can talk a little bit results, but quickly beforehand, I want to set up something for the next couple weeks, for the time being. I got WrestleMania right around the corner in about 2 months. I was looking at the calendar, about 8 weeks out. So if you're cool with it, if you want to run by the rules with you, I'd like to do a top 15 WrestleMania moments up until we can just keep giving out a couple of those until the final week, until right around WrestleMania starts.
I'm down.
Yeah, awesome. So I mean, I figured with like I said, 7 weeks after this now, we can do 2 an episode, 2 each, so 4 in total, 2 each. And then finish off the last week with our number 1, a little bit of honorable mentions. I think that ought to be a nice little setup for the audience, fun interaction. Get the stuff right there. And this, to me, WrestleMania moments could be the whole entire match, the special moment that happened in between. Maybe someone got pantsed, or the kiss that everybody was waiting for at the end, or something like that. Whatever moment is defined by you, that's
Mine will probably be matches.
Yeah. Matches as whole. That's kind of more or less where I was going to. A couple of humongous spots, but ultimately will revolve around the whole match itself. So I just thought that ought to be pretty cool, pretty fun to go through. Again,
I'll actually be on vacation when WrestleMania happens. So I'll be very happy. I'll be unplugged from the world and watching.
Are you gonna be in the local area?
No, I'm going back to PA for a week.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be in the.
No, I didn't even think about that. No, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna be it's gonna be hectic over there. You gotta catch an indie
show.
I'm
gonna be on the other side of the state.
Oh man, I'm sure there's gonna be a GCW is gonna try and book old ECW arena.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
That would be pretty fun right there. Before we head out onto this segment, anything lingering on the past Raw results? Anything looking good tonight?
Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin did win the NXT titles.
Okay, yeah, that they won the whole was it Dusty Classic?
Yeah, they won the Dusty Classic, and then they challenged for the titles, won the titles. That has been said that is not going to discourage Braun Breaker from being called up.
Okay, good. Good. I'd rather see that than his whole. I mean, It is what it is,
Although
but I'm
that's
not a big Baron
unique-
Corbin
I
guy.
like, as much as I don't want to like it, because I'm not a Corbin fan at all.
That's yeah.
Even though he was a really good heel for a really good amount of time, it's a quality tag team.
Yeah. They put in the work. They put in that. Yeah.
Let me just say this real quick while we're on WWE, and then we can go to break.
Yeah, sure.
PW Insider
Okay.
says now that Endeavor owns, and they put that in like
caps.
not caps, but like emphasized.
Okay.
In
It's in
different
italics?
color.
Oh, okay.
In different color, owns WWE. The old traditions and plans are out the window in favor of whatever they deem to be the best moves for the company.
Okay. Yeah. And I don't know if that's related to anything else.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay.
That's good. That's a good statement. That's a good rally the troops statement right there. And again, it could be all rumors. I don't know if you saw it today. I just again right before we go to break. Stephanie McMahon was named in any of the rumors, just on the allegations. Anything on that?
I haven't heard anything.
Okay, so
other
I'm
than
just- I'm
Brock,
leaving that up in
other
the air.
than Brock, and then what was it? 2 or 3 unnamed professional wrestlers as well.
Yeah. So like I said, I'll leave it at that. Allegations. That's all part of it. Someone said that Stephanie McMahon's name was thrown in there, but that's just check your local internet. That's basically. I'll leave it at that.
And you know what? Actually, I'm going to let my boy Hector come in and tag in for this last segment to talk AEW.
There you go.
And I'm going to take off and because I got to go take care of this beard.
All right, sounds good to me. When we come back, more Bad Karma Wrestling. We talk about some AEW, maybe a little bit of Revolution. Everything's been picking up there, so stick around. We'll be back in just a few.
Throughout the 1960s, 70s, and 80s, Judy Finelli established herself as a masterful juggler and performer, making appearances everywhere from Carnegie Hall to Sesame Street. With her loving heart, she has brought warm smiles to children everywhere she has performed. She even started the San Francisco School for the Circus Arts, but shortly after, she was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and by 2004, she was completely paralyzed. In celebration of her accomplishments and to fight the illness that had crippled Judy, a group of students from the San Francisco Clown College have compiled the perfect holiday present for those who want to laugh and to help those struggling with the illness. The goal has been set at $1 million raised, with 100% of any dollar made to be donated to the Judy Finelli Fund, which is helping find a cure to multiple sclerosis. Visit www.circuscenter.org to make a donation or to purchase a framed naked clown photo or the full Naked Clown 12-month calendar. Remember, 100% of every dollar is donated and goes to fighting MS.
Man, I'm so hungry. I need somewhere to eat fast. I have no idea where to go.
Psst. Hola, me llamo El Taco de Taco. You know where to go for the amazing taste that'll have you craving more? Taco Bell.
Alright, can I get 20 tacos, please?
You got it.
Thanks, Taco.
De nada.
Good. That's it. Eat the tacos.
Taco Bell. Live más.
This is Bad Karma Wrestling. With no gimmick Nick Johnston
It doesn't matter how you feel.
and David Double D Dykstra.
And welcome back. Welcome in. Bad Karma Wrestling in the building. New change, new musical chairs. We got Hector in the building. Ready to rock and roll. How you been? I haven't seen you forever.
It has been a while, man.
Yeah.
I've been a little bit on the ghost side of things, but I'm back, still alive. So
There you go.
Let's
Just
get
in time. We're talking AEW. You got your MJF scarf on.
that's one of the topics I would like to actually talk
Exactly that.
touch up on. Reasoning I brought it, of course, had to have
Yeah.
the cashmere on. So
We can kind of float around. We got a little bit of lingering things with AEW. We kind of just talking right beforehand. You were kind of saying, is it falling flat for you? Have you been keeping up? Have you been watching lately? Just the product itself hasn't been the most exciting.
I mean,
Just some.
if we're talking, 100% realistically, definitely has fallen flat a little bit.
Okay.
I'm not 100% tuned out of it, but I am still trying to find my way into getting back into the inches of AEW. It's just I feel after a certain period of time forward, I mean, Cody started leaving, Jade left. Now you have Punk leaving. What's going on?
QT Marshall leaving.
Exactly.
I know.
And now
that's
everybody's.
such a big one.
I think one of the big questions is now where's MJF? You know,
Yeah,
big
exactly.
rumors
I was
about
going to
his
ask you
contract.
that. So, do you think MJF's presence, him not being there as of late, his absence, is that kind of affecting just the overall product, just the viewership, just the overall excitement?
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, when I turn on AEW, the first thing that I'm hoping to see is a promo from MJF, or and that's what's crazy about a character like MJF. You know, just a simple promo can get me to tune in.
Yeah.
You know, and on top of that, you throw a match in there, and it's just extra.
And that match doesn't need to be a 25-minute. That could just be a 5-minute, and then he'll end up probably cutting a promo afterward.
Exactly. So it's like that's what I
that'll carry
look
the
forward
other
to.
10 minutes right there. So I'm with you right there. I'm a big MJF guy right myself. So I'll exactly that. I'll probably end up vouching again.
Right.
I got the scarf myself as well.
Nice.
But we're like I said, rolling around. Looking at the Revolution pay-per-view coming up just at the beginning of March, but like I said, it's a couple weeks away. But the card is shaping up pretty well so far. I want to get your thoughts on one of the guys that could come in and help out this roster, get some more eyeballs. Will Ospreay coming in a cold match against Takeshita. How we feeling on this one?
I mean, I've always been a big Will Ospreay guy, even outside of AEW. So, especially with the United Kingdom, with his United Kingdom, correct? When it comes to Will Ospreay, I've tuned in on him more what he's done outside of AEW more than inside. But for the most part, against sorry, I don't want to mispronounce the name of Takeshita. There you go. I'm sorry. Definitely, when it comes to them two,
Konosuke Takeshita. Sorry.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know how this is gonna shape out. This type of match. Are they gonna officially? It's official.
It's set in stone. Don Callis announced it on Wednesday, and got a big pop from the crowd. So
okay.
That was a big one.
I mean, if that's the case, Ospreay, I got dibs on Ospreay.
I know. Double D right before he headed out, we were saying he's like, it could be another guy. It could be another opportunity. I'm completely okay with Takeshita, knowing that he's going to be a solid worker. It'll be a solid matchup. They're going to give each other a stiff matchup, but it's a good cold matchup because there's no storyline for Will Ospreay at the moment. He can come in, beat Takeshita, and establish that no, I'm not under the Don Callis family. I'm my own guy, and not immediately create a new faction, but again, just establish that he's his own man. He can cut a promo. Beyond that, he's having 5-star matches after 5-star matches everywhere else. So Will Ospreay killing it, and I cannot wait for this matchup between him and Takeshita. Also looking ahead, Swerve, Paige, and Samoa Joe in a triple threat. Any thoughts on there being a triple threat, or would you have rather had it be a singles matchup between Swerve and Samoa Joe, or even Hangman and Samoa Joe?
I think this is a time in Swerve's career where someone like myself, I don't want to speak for a lot. I don't know how you feel about him, but I feel like he's in this prime, this different type of prime.
I've been saying he's putting out his best stuff as of late. I've been saying that even before he was doing the whole dancing gimmick. He's been putting out banger promo after just the whole series with Hangman. I've loved every single second of it.
And again, I think that I think he stands out to me. That's another character on the side of someone like MJF who definitely gets me to tune in, just for the fact that from fighting to his promo skills, just the way he introduces himself.
Throughout the 1960s, 70s, and 80s, Judy Finesse
controls the crowd, even though with his presence outside, So that right there, I feel like that's what makes an incredible, wrestler like him to deserve a one-on-one match. Now, Hangman, I think when you think of Hangman, my thoughts on Hangman are more from when this all first started back in, 2019 was it? 2018, 2019?
Yeah, 5 years of AEW.
5 years, exactly. That's, when Hangman was, with Kenny, winning the titles to, to be the new.
He was like
AEW.
he was like the fourth chair of the Bullet Club, basically.
And I don't know. I just feel like his character right now has definitely of Hangman's isn't hitting well like the way Swerve. And I just feel like Swerve versus Samoa would have been a more intriguing, a more look forward to. Not saying this one isn't, but definitely I feel like it would have given us a better like storyline. More the fact that people see Swerve as like the underdog and coming in, as more of somebody who doesn't have that championship experience, like the way Hangman and Samoa do.
I think Swerve will eventually get it done. I don't think he's going to get it done this very second.
Yeah.
This is Samoa Joe's first this might be his first pay-per-view championship
As
matchup.
championship.
So yes, for him to retain possibly, I think that could be the case. I love the promo that they cut on it. They were going back and forth, and then Samoa Joe does what he does best. He kind of lets everyone have their moment, and then he comes in and says. Exactly that. I'm not letting you do this. I'm not letting you pin him. I'm Samoa Joe, and I'm going to kick both y'all asses, and then throws the microphone on the ground.
And that's another thing, I don't mean to bring back WWE. I know that was the last, what you guys were last talking about. But when you think of Samoa Joe, I think that promo that he even cut on Brock Lesnar where he told him, "Hey, look at me," while we're talking.
I always think about
think that that's
controls,
the one.
He controls the entire arena. He has them in the palm of their hands every single time he has a microphone.
Exactly.
Again, we've talked about this all the time with Joe. Very versatile. He's a 5-tool player. You can get him on commentary. You can get him on the mic. He's having amazing matches. Probably training awesome and everything else in between. So Samoa Joe, can't get it wrong. Exactly that. Yeah, still talking, still looking around. I've been keeping up on FTR versus Blackpool Combat Club. I think it's been a pretty out of nowhere. Jon Moxley threw up a challenge, and out of nowhere comes FTR from the back, gets up in their face, and this has been slowly building. And I think it's going to be not officially on the card for Revolution, but it looks like we're going to get FTR versus Moxley and Claudio.
That's just like beautiful wrestling that we're gonna get on both ends. So it's gonna be Claudio. It would be Claudio and John, of course, going up against FTR. I think that right there just speaks. Oh, when you think of matches like that, like when you think of a potential match like that coming to play, I think you're taking me to like. I'm trying to come up with the best example, but I mean, it's just again, you're gonna get professional wrestling. You're gonna get that wrestling that we've been, anticipating, wanting to see from these guys.
And we just saw that again, exactly. Just this past Wednesday, saw Dax Harwood and Moxley, a little bit of a preview of maybe what's to come in a little singles action. Again, Harwood always in solid matchups. He's never worried about doing the job, but FTR, I think they get in that matchup. I think FTR gets the dub. We've been always, I know Double D's take on it. He thinks it's absolutely phenomenal. He might even say it's the best thing in wrestling. I want to get your takes on Tony Storm's character as of late. And just the old-timey classic Tony Storm, the vignettes, the black and white, even the background, the friendship storyline that's going on with Deonna Purrazzo and this whole tattoo.
I think that's what it is. She's not just playing a character that, believes in movies and she's from Hollywood and all this. I feel like the fact that she's incorporating her real life with this character, that's what makes it great. I think when it first debuted, it was kind of like one of those corny little things. But then once she started really captivating and seeing how she was controlling and driving this character, it just suits so well now. And again, her bringing in this, her, from longtime friend that she even, like she said, slept on her couch, to bring it into the storyline the way she is, that right there, it's good TV right there. In other words,
matching tattoos. They made. We were kind of saying off air again. Might be. I don't think it's exactly Rio, but adding that little the sword or the knife through the bunny was a pretty good add-on, pretty good promo by Tony Storm. So overall, I mean, again, I think that's
what are your takes on her though?
I've loved it. I've loved every single second on the Tony Storm character. I'm loving how it's been built. It's just tossing stuff.
Sorry, and how long do you think she's gonna hold on to this title?
Oh, hold on to the title. I think she does beat Deonna Purrazzo. I think she does get that. Who takes the title off of her? I'm not entirely sure. Maybe Britt Baker when she comes back. But then again, that's whole different story. Right now, don't fix what ain't broken. Tony Storm is absolutely killing it with this character.
This is out of this is not part of that has nothing to do with her right now. But I feel like it's Julia Hart that could do it.
Oh yeah, no.
After she drops that TBS championship, I feel like it could be someone like her.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, I actually, I'm not opposed to that at all. Between Julia Hart, rocking. I was thinking about that the other day. I was trying to remember who had the TBS champion, but yeah, you're exactly right. Still rolling down the line. You got potentially. I mean, could be the debut of Okada. Do you think Okada's coming to AEW?
I mean. Have the rumors of WWE dimmed down already?
It looks as though that AEW is the front runner. He's got a lot of personal friendships and stuff going on. But
one question that, if you don't mind me asking,
go ahead.
With your opinion, what do you think is the difference in his, on how his career of Okada can elevate in comparison to going to AEW to WWE?
I think in AEW he will have the proper platform to have the 25, 30-minute long matches that he would. I mean, maybe I don't know if he prefers them. And of course, that's really a really long course on your body. But as an artist, you probably want to put out your best effort in that. So I think that of course, you're gonna have the potential of the WrestleMania moment and the big payout from everything that WWE comes with. But if you really want to hone your craft, you really want to have your character and decide everything that you want to do. You're not gonna have full 100% like discretion of your storylines, but it probably will be AEW as well. There, you'll be working with more people that you've already worked with Ospreay, with Omega, eventually down the line with the Young Bucks. Hopefully, all then again, Ibushi is already there, and already the working relationship that has been going on with New Japan and AEW. So the world is there. It's all there, as opposed to again you go into an AEW audience that already knows who he is, as opposed to the WWE audience where it
he's gonna have to build.
Might know who he is, may have only heard rumors, and then you're like, oh, it's just this New Japan guy, who cares? And then I don't want him to end up like Nakamura.
That's kind of the lines where I was aiming at. Like I could see a potential Nakamura
where
coming in.
Where he was red hot and never really given the title and just slowly faded away, but whenever he's brought back up, he's like, it's Nakamura. He can always put out a good match, but they never give him the full go.
Exact.
So.
Fun fact, I actually got to see Nakamura's first match against Dolph Ziggler back in Backlash. I went to the event, and that was incredible to see that. So, I mean, hopefully one day Okada, does make it to WWE, and
I think that can be the same thing eventually down the line. You can do both, and that can be a good world we can both live in there. We had rumors and everything stirring afloat. But I want to end this episode off on something that you wanted to talk about really quick. Some injury, some Rampage video that come up lurking on the internet. Jeff Hardy took a nasty shot to the face during a Rampage taping. Sammy Guevara did was it the Shooting Star or was it the 450?
It was the shooting shooting.
So he hit
a shooting star.
Okay, so he does a Shooting Star off the top rope. And it looks like Hardy is going to try to reverse it, put his own legs up.
Probably.
And instead, he gets Guevara, but Guevara's knee gets it right smack dab in Jeff Hardy's face.
Aftermath was, if you don't mind me saying it, but Matt Hardy was not having it.
Yeah, not happy. I mean, he's already they've had their run-ins between Sammy and Matt Hardy getting hurt with the whole head injury.
Yeah.
Some people jumped the gun and were like, "Oh, he was knocked out." He was not knocked out. There's no concussion, but still, it was a pretty scary sight right there with Hardy.
Right.
Again, you don't really want to see stuff like that. Are you deeming Guevara, unsafe for work? With the track record that he's kind of building up right now?
Now it's going to become a problem in the backstage. Okay. Now I feel this is the part where Sammy needs to start really looking at things on the side of, I'm kind of walking on thin glass now, because
even thinner. I mean, he was already had that not altercation, but the backstage beef with Eddie Kingston.
Exactly, and that's another thing. Yeah. It's Sammy is at the point of his career in AEW at least, where you need to start either you changing things up, you start perfecting it, or not perfecting, but you start working on those hiccups that you've been doing lately, and especially when it comes to the people backstage. You need to start building those relationships, because I feel if Sammy is, his name ends up being in that list, WWE is going to have a hard. Even WWE won't even want to look his way. And to be honest with you, Sammy is a potential big star in the future.
That definitely is that. He's got all the talent in the world. He kind of just needs to keep maturing.
Exactly.
He needs to keep maturing, get a little bit better each and every day, and maybe just find some sort of guiding light, someone in the back, just slap him in the head and say, "Hey, stop doing that. What are you doing?"
I mean, that and probably the proper mentors, probably.
Exactly.
The proper mentors.
He's got to find the right mentorship.
So
maybe not Jericho.
Yeah.
So far, not so good.
So far, especially with Jericho's record from WWE up to now, it goes up and down. So it's definitely.
Yeah. Well, like I said, this has been a lighter episode on the day, so we kind of just don't want to linger in. Was there any closing thoughts and just Dynamite? Anything we just in general that you wanted to get to really quick? Like I said, you're not here too often.
Just one last thing is, what is up with you Young Bucks in these suits?
I love this. I love the Young Bucks gimmick right now. Coming back out with the bloody suit from last week. Did you notice that? The week prior, I kind of noticed it was some Triple H.
Oh,
facial
yes,
hair,
yep.
And now they went with a little strip, and now it looks like Sting. Now,
Yeah, I see what they're kind of
People are
doing
making that same, 2 and 2.
I see what they're trying to do.
I love heel Young Bucks. This has been one of my favorite things going on right now. And like I said, when people are like, "Oh, AEW doesn't have storyline. They don't have enough this. They don't have enough that." It just shows me that you're not paying attention. Shows me you're not paying attention.
Don't get me wrong, my heart kind of stopped when they were going to do the kick on Tony last
Yeah,
night. My God, I was like,
exactly.
Tony's not coming
Setting
back
up
for a
for
few
something
months.
Setting up for
He's
something
done.
small like that. Could have been just, you're like, oh my God. Whether it's just like, there's already people that hate the Young Bucks no matter what.
I love
There's
them.
going to be people that hate them just if they're heels, and then there's a guy like me that just loves it because, like, oh my God, they're embracing the heel.
I will always say it right now. My dream match between these, hopefully one day it can happen. If it doesn't, oh well, I'll keep playing it on my 2K game. But it's been the Young Bucks versus the Usos.
Yeah.
I just would want to see this match happen. Usos have given us, sorry, don't mean to get into the WWE just to close it off, but you throw in somebody like the Young Bucks in front of these guys, and you're bound to have a classic.
Yeah. So with that, we'll go ahead and end Bad Karma Wrestling on today. It's been a fun one, and I like to say thank you for everyone in the back. Everyone, I guess we're calling them. We're still it's the Meat Locker still, right? You guys are the Boom Crew. in about 30 minutes, they'll be the Boom Crew. So it's the same guys. So everybody else in the back, from everybody there, and for everybody at home, thank you for watching. Nick Johnson saying, take care. We'll see you next week for more Bad Karma Wrestling.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
This is Bad Karma Wrestling. With No Gimmick Nick Johnston.
It doesn't matter